if you had a fear of public speaking, and I said to you, you have to speak publicly tomorrow, the moment you begin to think about that future reality based on a past memory, your body would physiologically move out of balance, and you probably would have a little bit of dryness of mouth, a little heart racing, a little sweating, and you produce the same physiological changes in your autonomic nervous system, not by consciously doing it, but by association. So turns out that when we started seeing very significant changes in people's health by thought alone, then I started seeing people getting miraculous and spontaneous remissions of conditions and diseases right in our workshops. That's when we started bringing in our scientific team of neuroscientists and quantum physicists to measure, to see what was going on in their brains and body in real time, and let's see if we're changing the field of the room, et cetera, which started me to think about this concept of the placebo, because placebos are created because a person's belief in something outside of them, some person, some thing, some place, could be a sacred place, and they begin to expect an outcome. And as they begin to anticipate and expect an outcome, what they're doing from a quantum model of reality is they're selecting a future potential, and they're emotionally embracing that future. And as they begin to emotionally embrace that future, they begin a cascade of pharmacological changes that begin to happen in their brain and body that begin to signal new genes so that their body begins to respond because of their belief in that element. So now, we have seen people in placebo studies heal themselves of Parkinson's disease with a saline injection, have 200 times the amount of dopamine created in their belief in some injection that's inert. A sham surgery where a person has an arthritic knee that has significant amount of pain and loss of range of motion, who just has an incision on their leg without having the surgery, 6 years later still walking around with no pain in their knee and full range of motion. Or people that have been diagnosed and have 6 months to live die to the day of that prognosis, but when they do the autopsy on their body, they have no cancer. It was a misdiagnosis, so they died by thought alone. So the person who moves in a state of religious ecstasy and can drink strychnine and have no biological effects, or the person who chews on glass or gets bit by poisonous snake and has no physiological change because of an energetic state of being. It starts to beg the question. When a person takes a sugar pill or a saline injection or goes to a place or has a procedure done and that procedure is a placebo, are they just feeling well? Is it just in their mind? Or is it in their mind and is it in their brain? And are there physical and epigenetic changes that take place as a result of it? And the answer is absolutely yes. So they've changed their state of being by thought alone, which begs the question, do you need the sugar pill or the saline injection or the procedure? Or could you just move into a state of being by putting your attention and your investment in a possibility that exists in the quantum field, emotionally embracing it, and then allowing yourself to make something that's unknown known?
No.
So the answer to that question is absolutely yes, because when we did our scientific studies at our advanced workshops in 2013 this year, we saw people heal themselves of Parkinson's disease by thought alone, traumatic brain injuries, cancers, by just changing their state of being without anything outside of them. So the placebo works like this. If I give you a pill and it makes your headache go away, then I give you a pill and it makes your headache go away, and you watch the television that says aspirins that look this color and look this shape makes your headaches go away, and you see a sports figure drink whatever it is that makes his headache go away, sooner or later you're going to associate taking that pill, just like Pavlov's dog, with some physiological change within you. So when you take the pill and it makes the headache go away, you notice some change in your internal state. The moment you feel differently inside of you, you begin to pay attention to whatever it was outside of you that created it.
Right.
That association, that associative memory, that conditioning is a memory.
Right.
So then we begin to anticipate that change every time we see a pill. So then if you substitute an aspirin for a pill that looks like an aspirin, and you're told by meaning, because meaning has a significant role in the placebo, and it means something to you, then in anticipation of that result, because you're putting your meaning behind it, you have intention behind it, you are conditioned to understand that there's some physiological change, and you expect the outcome, then those are the ingredients that begin to produce physiological changes by thought alone. So it's conditioning, it's expectation, and it's meaning. So then can you take away the sugar pill and the saline injection and teach a person how to condition their mind and body, expect a future potential and emotionally embrace it, and assign meaning and intention so that they understand what they're doing? And you can produce the same exact changes without anything outside of you. In other words, you're changing your internal state that's producing an internal change in your body without anything outside of you. When I started investigating all the double-blind, triple-blind placebo studies, I mean, it's just an amazing thing when you see how powerful the mind is. Those people that got the saline injections for Parkinson's disease, that had intention tremors or pill rolling or problems walking, festination gait or steppage gait, they had problems involuntarily controlling their body. When they got the saline injection and told it was a very powerful new drug for Parkinson's, their dopamine levels rose about 200%. Their brain started making dopamine. They couldn't make their dopamine by themselves. In other words, if I said to you, double your dopamine levels today, right now.
You couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
No.
But if you associate something from a past memory to a future reality, if you had a fear of public speaking, and I said to you, you have to speak publicly tomorrow, the moment you begin to think about that future reality based on a past memory, your body would physiologically move out of balance, and you probably would have a little bit of dryness of mouth, a little heart racing, a little sweating, and you produce the same physiological changes in your autonomic nervous system, not by consciously doing it, but by association.
Right. So it's automatic.
It's automatic. Now, autonomic nervous system is the automatic nervous system. So 2 points. How do we get into the operating system? And the idea of meditation is the way that we do it. Because when you begin to create internal changes in your brain, and you begin to make your inner world more real than your outer world, your brain begins to dissociate from all the conditions in its external environment. It begins to forget about the feelings of the body, and it literally loses track of time and space. That's the moment that the ego is no longer running the show. You become nobody, no one, nowhere, no thing, no time. You become pure consciousness. That's the moment consciousness, being the epiphenomenon of your biology, begins to change the brain and body so that it automatically or autonomically does what it naturally does. So it's not our job in the placebo to try to change our dopamine levels. Our job is to move into a new state of being. Being able to do that every single day, back to your question about repetition, requires a little bit of conditioning, because you're going to walk back into your life and you're going to see your coworker and you're going to look at your car and you don't like it, and you're going to, feel the pain in your back, and you're going to see that you're overweight, or whatever it is people do to reaffirm their identity through their senses. So the people that had the dopamine levels go up significantly in the Parkinson's study, the key was that when they had that change, the change only lasted for a period of time. Why? Because they walked back into their life, they saw their wife, they went to play chess with their friends, they saw their caregiver, they slept in the same bed, and it was their environment that reminded them of who they were. That's how powerful the environment is. So to then retreat from our life every day and eliminate our senses, close our eyes, play music or plug our ears, put our body away, what we're really saying is we don't want to use the environment to remind us of who we are. We don't want to be a body. We don't want to identify with our body. And we want to forget about time long enough to remind ourselves by thought alone of who we're going to be. Now, that is the conditioning process of the placebo. And it turns out the people that had changes in Parkinson's disease in our workshops, where their intention tremors went away, they didn't put their faith in a sugar pill or a saline injection. They put their belief in themselves and into a field of possibilities, or traumatic brain injuries or whatever. And that same model works because the body literally gets conditioned as if it was being given something outside of them.
Wow, what a great video! I hope you enjoyed this amazing interview with Dr. Joe Dispenza. We are continuing with our daily practice of completing the inspiring quotes. You need to complete the quote with the words that are missing, and if you can do it first and give us the right answer, you are the daily winner. In the previous video we were looking for 2 words of Joe Dispenza's quote. The quote goes like this: to be empowered, to be free, to be unlimited, to be creative, to be genius, to be divine. That is who? The correct answer is you are. So to be empowered, to be free, to be unlimited, to be creative, to be genius, to be divine, that is who you are. Congratulations to everyone with the right answer. We only had few wrong answers. Since I know you love Joe Dispenza, today's quote is from Joe Dispenza. We are looking for 2 words. You are all familiar with Joe Dispenza's work, but this one might be a bit of challenge. So the quote goes like this: if we want to change some aspect of our reality, we have to think, feel, and act in. Write your answers in the comments below the video and tell me if you love this video and our new way of ending the videos. If you like this video, give your thumbs up and share it with your friends. Even if you're not sure what the right answer is, try and guess. The first one with the correct answer is the winner. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button and don't miss any of the new videos and new challenges. If you really like what we do here and want to support us, you can join our channel and our community for a symbolic fee and gain many other additional features. You can do that by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button, or you can click on the link in the description of this video. Stay good and have a great day.